Hi everyone, it's Aaron here from RebelAnt Trading. I thought I'd put out a quick video today going into my thinking around the best value prop account to choose and explaining why I think I've been making a mistake recently. So as you probably know, each of the different accounts has a different available risk and profit target that you need to be meeting to pass that eval. Initially, I used to use the 150k account as it has a decent 5k available risk and the profit target isn't too much bigger than the available risk, 1.8 times bigger, which amongst the other large size accounts stands out as being the best. However, when Apex started doing their 90% deals, suddenly the 25k account is so cheap, so we're looking at $15, that you think I'll stack 10 of these together, get 15k available risk, and it's the one that makes the most sense, especially considering it has a 1-to-1 available risk to profit target. What I've realized is the 25k account, even though it seems cheap on the surface, once you actually get to the PA, or the effort it takes and cost it takes to get to that PA, it's actually a false economy. So if we look at the value here, so this is on Apex's current deal, we've got an 80% discount, so the cost comes out as $29.40. And the total PA cost, because you have to remember to add your $85 PA fee, which is every month. So the total cost to get your PA from your eval is going to be $114. When you look at getting yourself 15k of risk and you compare the cost of 10 accounts on a 25, or say 3 accounts on 150k, that cost difference becomes quite stark. And on the PA account, you're actually in exactly the same situation. In fact, the bigger account is better because the first 3 withdrawals can be of larger size. So that is quite a big difference in overall cost. And in fact, as I say, that's 10 accounts there, but only 3 accounts there. What you also have to consider is, what is the chance that you're going to pass your eval in one go? Now, I know it's possible. You can do it very carefully and conservatively, as I'm sure all of us are, or you can go full degen and try and pass it in one trade or in one day. Doing that, however, does increase the risk that you're going to fail multiple times in a row. Even if you have a high win rate, you're likely to get 2 or 3 consecutive losses, which will blow the account in most cases if you're actually trying to do it in one day. So let's have a look at the costs if we assume we're going to blow the eval account a couple of times in the process before we actually get to the PA. So here we've got the eval pass ratio. This is the total cost if in fact we're getting there in one go. But let's say we blow the account 3 times, which is going to be either repurchases or resets, depending on whichever is the cheapest. So that's all included in here. So we can see if it's going to take us 3 goes to pass an account, the 25k will have cost us $173, 150k would have been $50 more, 224, and when we're looking at that 15k risk again, it's cost us $1,732 for the 25k versus $673. So on that 150k, you've saved, over $1,000 in just choosing the right account. Of course, you've also got to consider the possibility that you might in fact blow the account more than 3 times. So if we have a look at the costs for 5 failed accounts, I know none of us would ever blow that many in a row. Now suddenly the costs are looking at 2,320 versus 913. And of course you can even get cheaper on the bigger accounts, but with all of these you're starting to look at a much larger multiplier of your available risk in order to pass, which can be more difficult, and so it's worth figuring out the sweet spot within that, which I think probably is the 150k. It's worth having a look at how many points you need to get on something like NQ if you do in fact want to be very aggressive and try and pass one of the one-day challenges. So let's have a look into what the 25k plan looks like. So on that, if you use the maximum number of contracts, it takes you 18.75 points, and that will reach your profit target in one trade, or however you want to split that up. But also bear in mind it will also blow the account if you are wrong on your one short. As we move up, we can see we're currently set up to have a profit target of 100% of the available risk. So if we were on the 300k account and we use 35 contracts, if we take 10.71 points, we'll have a profit of 7,500, and that will take us 2.67 days to pass that account. Now that of course would be multiple trades of 10 points going your way in a row. So every trade you take is increasing the risk that you're going to get one of them wrong. And at this sort of size and this amount of risk, you're going to bang into the trailing drawdown as soon as you get one wrong, really. So it gets tricky. But if you are intent on doing that, we could also look bumping that profit target up. So we're going to go 267 times the available risk. So we'll pass that 300k in one day or one trade. Once again, 35 contracts, and we'll need 28.57 points to get that 20,000 done. And of course you can vary those. If we have a look at the 150k, well, actually, first of all, look at the 50k. And if you go 10 contracts on that, all you need is 15 points to get your full profit target. So comparing the 25k and the 50k there, if you still do want to go for one of those, in either case, if you're trying to do it in one go, you're going to blow them both equally. So at almost 15 points is less to get. And the total cost on, let's say, one of them, there's no real difference in that. So the fact that there is an extra 500 of profit target, potentially neither here nor there. And if we go to the 150k account, 1.8 multiplier of the available risk, so 180%. So if we go 17 contracts, we need 26.47 points. A lot of these are very doable if you do hit it right and have a good trade location and potentially into news or run of a low. But as we know, everything's so choppy most of the time at the moment that it can be quite a tricky task to time the right spot. Anyway, I think that is enough for now. If you have any questions, give me a shout. Hopefully this has given you a bit of an idea about the different possibilities and the different costs involved in these 25k accounts versus the bigger accounts, and you can get a good view on what's actually the most efficient. Anyway, best of luck, happy trading, bye for now.